What's poppin', y'all? Two of these female streamers might be cooked. One more than the other. One is Asian and one is Nina Lin. She's just recently blown up. She was on a China trip with Agent 00. And also you have Zoe Spencer, who got cooked. Well, she got her application for Streamer University thrown in the trash because Kai Cenat did not like the way that she behaved with him. A lot of dudes feel like she's constantly trying to emasculate them, and also she got cooked, deep fried. Not even a saute. We're talking about like when your mom burns something and she's like, oh no, it's just a little bit crispy. When you see that it's burnt, she's like, nah, it's just a little crunchy. That's what he did to her career. It's so Illuminati. And we hadn't really heard from Zoe Spencer since, until this incident, which is not something she wanted people to hear about, or she shouldn't want people to hear about, because they are being accused of S-ing another dude. Now, I thought this dude was just a young buck, but I think he's like in his 20s. I think like 24 or something. But regardless, it does change things a little bit, because if he's a kid, then they're then they're burnt. It's like, what is it? Cooking mama? Yeah, they're cooking mama burnt. But if he's of age, they're just fried. So I think that's the difference that we can make of it. But I'm going to try to play you guys a clip. I'm on probation still, so, we got to take it a little bit easy. But I will describe, because it's actually really bad. So I'm going to play you guys the first clip right now.
But she always on them.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Saeed. Come here. I got you. Saeed, come here.
So you can't.
He's 23.
No,
He's a consensual.
No, he's not consenting.
Yes, he is.
He's not even saying nothing.
He likes it. Give.
Oh, no.
So here, I got to cut it off. I got to cut it off before they start throwing it back on him. So I think there is a contrast to be made here, because recently there was a clip going around of Neon and Iggy Azalea, who are business partners, homies, friends, and she's like trying to dance on him, like at least twice. But you can see the way that she's doing it. She's like gauging, right? Like she's getting close to him, and it is a little bit awkward, not gonna lie. I don't know how much of it is scripted, but I do think Neon was just like trying to be respectful of the whole situation. But you could see she wasn't forcing herself on it. She was just like, slowly moving, gauging his reaction. And I think that is completely different. And I'm gonna play you guys that clip of them right now, Iggy Azalea and also Neon.
What are your thoughts? Give me a breakdown. You can be honest.
I'm trying to figure out, she already gave you the dance that she was trying to do.
I just didn't want to cross the boundaries. Because we're good friends and we have so much coming up and I really with her.
I mean, she all like crossing the boundaries if she's dancing in the corner and you just got behind her.
Yeah.
Randomly. You know what I mean? But she was talking to you there and she turned. You know what I mean? Like she turned to you. Right? Like, hey, get up on it. And she did it like 3 times. And you denied it all 3.
So I'm never gonna get the opportunity.
No, she's gonna give it up.
Yes!
Yeah.
This is completely different, because you see the guy cornered. He's hiding in the corner. You've got these 2 chicks that look bigger than him. It doesn't even matter if they look bigger than him. He's still a man. He's stronger than them. But the vision, I'm saying, is what we're talking about here. And they're trying to take, and he doesn't want them. This dude's Saeed. And I'm just like, yo, what is wrong with these chicks? Why are they doing this? Why is this necessary? And even XQC responded to this, so this started getting bigger and bigger, and he wanted them banned. So I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Chat, but now reverse the roles. Hold on now. Okay. Some girl is cornered, okay? And then some guy pulls out his schmeedy long sausage, okay? And just starts to start forward playing. Oh, now I'm weird. Oh, now Chet says, whoa. Now Chet thinks I'm weird for saying that. Something happens, I reverse the roles, now I'm the one that's weird. I didn't even say anything. I didn't do nothing.
Now, this only gets worse, because What would happen is that wasn't the end of it. So this dude, Saeed, he runs away and he goes upstairs. He leaves the whole situation. Keep in mind, this is on stream. He clearly does not want this to happen. And it's not even like, oh, I don't want it to happen. And then he's like smiling, smirking. Like it's evident that this guy does not want this to happen. But what happens in like the community, people start talking to him and they're like, yo, are you mentally and emotionally traumatized? Not only with the physical aspect. And he says they didn't even post the full thing. There's a part where they literally take me to the room and try to pull down my clothing. Not standing with her, but why didn't you talk about this earlier? And why was you laughing in the clip? It was definitely wrong, but come on. Yo, we could tell when there's nervous laughter. Like, this was for sure nervous. Like, what is he supposed to say? And this is the thing. Like, if he starts throwing hands, feet, elbows, right? Like, cracks them right in the splits their head open, they're gonna say, man, you know, there's never a situation where you should hit a chick, man. He should have just got out that situation. So what is he supposed to do? And they said when it originally happened, most people were attacking me and I felt so uncomfortable talking about it that I only talked about it with people that I know. So the situation, you can see some screen caps here. The first one where that chick Zoe Spencer is trying to throw it back, and then they go upstairs and they're like trying to take off dude's socks, trying to take off dude's like wear, like what he's wearing. One of them is on top of him holding him down, which, yeah, one of them is on top of him holding him down, the other one's trying to hop up on him. And do I think that these chicks wanted him? No. However, they need to understand the limits of scripting, improving. Well, most of streaming is improving, but you can't improv a situation like this when the guy's not into it with you. Like, you're forcing it on him. And he even said, I've been vocal about the situation originally, and nobody cared. It took me a lot to talk about it again. And for the third time, it has hurt me once again, where it'll take me time to heal from it again. I've been invalidated by the other parties, which don't realize what it did. And this was just last night. And when people started asking in Nina Lynn's chat and Zoe Spencer's chat about it, their moderators started just deleting stuff. Now, this is another thing that's not working in favor of Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer, is they are a little bit more aggressive compared to the average female streamer. A lot of people will make fun of Nina Lynn's voice. A lot of people feel like they try to emasculate dudes on their stream, and that's part of their content. And that means they are going to get a lot less grace, and it's not going to soften the blow for them when pushback like this happens. Like, if they were like a girly, dainty girl that was behaving like this with a high-pitched voice, like a Pokimane who changes up her voice, then, well, Pokimane is just kind of hated, but just think of that archetype, then they're probably going to be like, man, why this guy playing? Why he doing all that? Man, we know he wanted it, because this is a crazy situation. I feel like if you defend this in particular here, this is like a Boosie bar mitzvah. It's like when, you know, like bar mitzvahs when like a Jewish boy turns into a man at like 13. For Boosie, what he said is he be getting, in his own words, he be getting strippers or hookers or whatever to pull up on his kid and give him some box when he's 13. That's why I call it a Boosie mitzvah, a Boosie bar mitzvah. So they were trying to run a Boosie bar mitzvah on this guy completely against his will, and then he denies it. But Nina Lynn gets approached by Your Rage, and he's trying to figure out the situation. He's like, yo, listen, like, yo, what you did was foul, and I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now. And her reaction is not the appropriate one.
So what if he says, I feel like you did something wrong?
No, so the whole Saeed thing, no one essay Saeed. That's why today I was actually looking for Saeed. I was going to talk to him because he definitely felt disrespected as a person. Me, I take accountability what I do. If you felt disrespected, I didn't know. So you got to let me know. If you did, I will always apologize. I mean, that's just normal people. But for him to walk around and say all that crazy shit, you never think about what Saeed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy.
You ain't see Saeed today?
No, I was looking for him. I was looking everywhere for him.
How you trying to patch that up?
I think he came out.
No, he was here. But I didn't see him at all. I saw him one time and he disappeared.
No, the moment I came over, he wasn't here. I'm not trying to be his friend, though. Why was he? Okay. But with Saeed, though, I do got to talk to Saeed. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I was looking for him all day.
There was zero accountability here, and I'm not saying that she needs to be accountable. I do think she needs to be held accountable, but I don't think she needs to be accountable, because what is she going to say? Like, yeah, man, my fault. I completely essayed that dude. What? That's crazy. That's an admission of guilt. You don't know what kind of lawsuit that could turn into. You don't know what kind of reputation that now she's going to be an admitted essayer instead of an essayer regardless. It's like she's admitting she knows what she did. So in this situation, she's kind of screwed both ways, no pun intended. But there was a comment on this thread where someone explained the situation very, very clearly. And I'm going to read it out to you guys, just so you know the severity of what happened. I'm so glad someone finally brought up what happened during Nina's stream with Zoe. I was watching live when it happened and was surprised there was no backlash considering just how effed up the whole scene was, especially when Nina whipped out a condom and she and Zoe started forcing Saeed's clothes off on stream. At one point, Zoe even wrapped her entire body around him to where he couldn't break free. She got him in a Kimura. Is that what it's called? I don't even know. That's the only thing that I hear Joe Rogan be talking about on the side of the UFC fights. And this happened in front of everyone who was there and no one did anything. Then when he breaks away to hide upstairs from Zoe, everyone just treated it as a big joke. The dude spent the entire stream running away from her, and the only time someone intervened was when he hid behind Silky, who finally said to Zoe to stop and that he's not consenting, but you could tell he wasn't taking it seriously. And I think they're talking about Silky. And I don't think it matters if Silky took it seriously or not, but the fact that Silky was pushing them off of him is all that matters. It doesn't matter how he took it. Like, he defended the dude, he tried to handle the situation, and that was that. And if this just stayed in the little bubble / community, it would be fine, but it started to spread. And someone that is actually apart from the community that this happens in, Asmongold, who's like one of the biggest people on Twitch right now, arguably the biggest streamer on Twitch right now, and commentator, he reacted to this quite unfavorably. So I'm going to play you guys 2 clips merged together of what he thought about the situation. And this seems to be maybe his first or second encounter with Nina Lynn, who he's not too fond of either. So I'm going to run you guys that right now.
What a disgusting... Really? Why is this on the platform right now? There is literal video evidence of her assaulting somebody. Really? Like, I mean, what is this? Twitch is like, we have standards called double standards? Yeah. No, it's not even a double standard. Because they didn't give a fuck when it happened to other girls, right? And give a fuck about with Emmy, they didn't give a fuck about with this. I just it's not double standards. They've got no standards. No, we gotta get a video out on this and let everybody know about it. We gotta let people know about this. This is some nasty, raunchy hood rat, disgusting Cardi B wannabe behavior that should be on like the red light district, and it should have no place on the internet. Get your off of here, assaulting people. You're disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Get the out of here. Like, how do you even do this? Wow. OnlyFans make this normalized? No, it didn't. No, this did not make no. This is never normalized. It should never be normalized. Don't ever. It's nobody's fault except for their fault that they did this. Nobody else made this happen.
I think Asmongold makes a really good point here, where he talks about, like, yo, this isn't a chicks or a dudes thing, because Emiru, whatever, however it's pronounced, Emiru, that's how I'm saying it. All right, let's come on now. And so she got physically attacked in person at a Twitch event, and in the beginning they were just saying that it was going to be a 30-day ban. It wasn't until that it started spreading everywhere that they turned it into a permanent ban. And that guy was walking off chilling for what did they say, like hours before they like approached him or got him out of the venue or arrested him or whatever the situation ended up happening later. But it was just because of the backlash. And that's a girl that's a partnered streamer, that's one of the biggest streamers on the platform, and that happened to her. So this situation with this guy and this chick Nina, it's not like a guy versus girl type thing. But I do think like the reason that Nina thinks that she can behave like this, and Zoe too, is because they've never been held accountable for it. Like, they've never been socked out over it because the dude's scared, and it's on stream. And it's also like, how else would you describe SA in this situation? Like, they got to start slobbering on the dude's meat right in front of the stream? Like, is that how far it's got to go for it to be considered that? And that's another thing too, when she's trying to understand the situation, completely incapable of understanding the situation, by the way. And she says, yeah, like, think about how embarrassing or humiliating it must be for him. Even if, like, let's just say we take her side of the story. Why would you want to completely embarrass and humiliate a guy in front of a live audience of tens of thousands, and an audience after it gets clipped that's going to be in the millions. Why would you want to do that? What kind of person wants to do that? Like there's a difference between joking and laughing at someone versus humiliating someone. Like humiliating someone is traumatizing the person because now they're just remembered by that. Like this was my first introduction to this guy Saeed. He seems to be like a low-key guy. I think he streams, like he does his own thing, and then he gets dragged into this. And now this is what I know him by. I know him as a dude that got attacked by these two savage beasts that are incapable of understanding when to draw the line. Like someone needs to rein them in. And even McQueen, right? Like McQueen, who is somebody that used to do a lot of girl content, a lot of content with chicks. He was also rolling with DDG back in the day. And I'm going to play you guys this clip of him reacting to the situation.
He's not consenting. Huh? He's not consenting.
Yeah. See, that's that part right there, okay? That part right there. He's not consenting, and for that, these be motherfuckers. I'm just kidding. They shouldn't be done crazy, but there should be some consequences. They should. Because of the fact of the matter is, if two men did, it would look terrible. All the women in the world would be trying to cancel them to that man. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. But why is that okay when why is it okay to do that when men do it? But it's not okay. But the women aren't getting the same they're not getting the same treatment. No. Doesn't matter if it was all fun and games. You shouldn't do that, especially not on stream. Keep your hands to yourself, okay? If you want to be a mark and run away from some cool. Leave him alone. Let the buster and run away from some. Now you're just forcing this nerd. Let him be a nerd, okay?
So even him, who is somebody that's done types of content like this, is saying like, dog, come on now. This is not it. You cannot let this fly. And some people are saying that, yo, everyone's pretending. This clip, actually, I think it's this comment underneath the McQueen reply, I do think it's something to be addressed, because the comment says, everyone is pretending they don't know what the real issue here is, which is the attractiveness of the women doing the bootying down. This is gross because the chicks are unfortunate looking. Everyone would be calling him a rainbow if he was complaining if someone like Pokimane did it to him. I don't think this is all the way true. Now, if it was, if it was a Pokimane, this is the thing. A Pokimane has more sense than that. And also, a chick that is far more conventionally attractive, I guess you could say, they're rarely ever going to behave like this. They're not going to be like this aggressive. That's not their character on stream. Like, that's not Pokimane's character on stream. So I really don't think that plays a role in this specific scenario. In others, sure. And in the replies, sure, I see less people defending them, and I do think it's because people, like, if you threw who can I think of that all they do? Yeah, if Ruby Rose was doing this, I think a lot of dudes would be saying, like, man, what's wrong with him? I agree with that for sure. A Ruby Rose or who else? Who else do people be thirsting over? I don't know. That's the only name that I can come up with off the top of my head. But it doesn't change the situation, which is that they should be banned on Twitch. How long? I don't know. But they should not be just streaming like, yo, this is just fly and it's cool and it's chill. And Zoe Spencer in particular is a repeat offender when it comes to things like this, a disrespecter for sure. And I would never, it's very, very hard for me to say I want someone permanently banned. So I wouldn't say that, but they need to get it together. Like, they can play this character of like trying to humiliate other people. And honestly, like, I saw the streams with Nina Lynn and Agent. Like, I thought that was a fine dynamic. Like, they had this dynamic where, you know, like, she would poke fun at him, he would poke fun at her. They were having a good time. I saw a lot of clips from that stream. And I think she did an outstanding job there, which was a lesson to either get a counterpart that she could stream with that's a male, that can joke with her the way that she does, and it works out great, or, like, tone it down. But to, like, take things to this level, it's just too much, especially with a dude like this where he is 100% uncomfortable, and I don't think he would be comfortable doing that on camera with any chick regardless. I think he would be like very, very shy just from his reaction here. because it was very, very defensive. It wasn't even like a man, y'all not going to play with me. Like somebody could not want it in the same way that he didn't want it, but react differently. He reacted like a victim. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.